In today's video, we are going to talk about the different materials required in order to make Orgonite. So one of the most important things that you need to start with is epoxy resin. The epoxy resin store has some really clear, high quality resin without any odor. It's really good quality. You need that. I usually try to get 2 gallons or 1. This is selenite, crushed up. It's good to have it powdery or have bigger chunks. You can do different things with it depending on what you want to do. This is shredded aluminum, which was donated to us from someone who works in a shop. And you can also buy it offline. And that's really good to have because the whole point of Orgonite is having 50-50 mix of metals and crystals, which we have right here, mixed into the resin. And this is just a rough mix of crystals. My dad gave this to me actually because he ordered so much. But usually we like to crush it up ourselves. There's some bigger chunks in there. The smaller you get it, the better. You can even get it into a nice fine powder like how the selenite is over here. And then we also have some polished crystals here as well. You can do some really nice designs with polished crystals versus the rough, and it has a different energy as well. Right here is the shungite powder, which is a really important ingredient because it helps to protect against electromagnetic frequencies, which is why we like to use that in addition to the atomized metals. Now, the metal shavings are great, but the atomized metals are actually metal that has been turned into a powder. So it's an extremely fine powder, so you're able to get more compacted into the resin. And that is one of the greatest reasons as to why to use it. This is copper, atomized copper. You can get this off of Amazon or a company called Douglas and Sturgis, which is a really good company. These are mica powders, which are really cool. You can do lots of different types of designs with mica powders. I think we got these off of eBay somewhere. You can take a paintbrush and dip it into the mica powder and paint your mold with the mica powder before pouring your resin, or you can mix it directly into your resin. Actually, you can do that with the atomized metal as well. You can paint it onto your mold if you wanted to, but I prefer to mix it directly into the resin so I can use as much as possible and make it very powerful. We also like to use glitter sometimes. You want to choose whatever glitter you like. You can get chunky glitter, shapes, or finer powders. You can go to Michael's or flea markets or anything. Lots of different options available. eBay, Etsy, homemade people's shops, all that. This is a really important ingredient right here called Rochelle salts. I know it seems strange, but it's very powerful. And when you mix it in there, it really upgrades your Orgonite. And you can mix it into the layers where you put your shungite powder and your atomized metals. It can have an altercation to the effect on the appearance of the resin, so you want to watch out for how much you use for the Rochelle salts. And if you put it in your clear layers, it could make it murky appearing, so you want to be careful and do your own testing on that. Here I have some sand that's from an island, and it's more special. It's good to use as a filler in the layers where you're mixing in the metals. And that's the same with this here, which is black tourmaline and shungite powder crushed up and mixed together with some mystery objects in there. And here we have just some special polished crystals that I separated, and these are neodymium magnets. We've only got a couple left. They're a little rusty. Got to get some more of those, but those are really powerful and they really enhance your Orgonite, so we recommend those as well. This is a silicone pyramid mold, which we ordered offline on the internet somewhere. As you can see, it isn't brand new anymore. We've made quite a few pyramids in this, so it does fade a little bit over time, which can alter the way that your pyramid or piece may come out. For example, this here is a coaster mold that we have that is definitely broken. And so when I took the piece out, it did break. So now I can't use that section anymore. So you have to be careful of how you're even removing your pieces. Now, this here is some decorations that I have. I like to use old jewelry and all sorts of things, cut up aluminum soda cans or things like that. Use little decorations and upcycle them, things like that. Old keys and old jewelry, anything that you might think is attractive or could be used. And the good thing about some of these things is that they're actually made out of metal, and some of them actually have real crystals in them because they're old jewelry. And so it can really enhance your Orgonite. And here I have a little decoration that I made. Just all sorts of little things. You can paint an old soda cap or bottle cap and stick that down into your Orgonite pieces for decorations. And this here is just a handful of coils that I've made, and I like to put a lot of those in for decoration and to add the metal. Here we have 16 gauge copper wire. This is very important. You want to have a very thick copper wire. That way you can wrap your quartz point. You want to wrap your quartz points in copper gauge wire. Thick gauge copper wire. That way it can be more powerful, and you'll put that in the tip after you wrapped it, or you can use an even thicker wire and have that ready to go and just stick your point in and place it into your pyramid and get ready to pour your resin. Now, another really important material that I think is necessary is these spatulas right here. These are just the standard silicone spatulas. You can pretty much get them anywhere, I'm sure. And that makes it so that you can mix your resin and keep reusing them again and again. These are the same ones that we got 3+ years ago, and we've had the same ones ever since. These are 4-cup plastic measuring cups. You can get these at the dollar store or wherever. These you might have to replace more often. These are not the original ones that we've had, but I really like these because you're able to mix quite a bit of resin, and you can mix at least 2 cups, or you can make 1 cup at a time depending on how much you're trying to mix. But if you wanted to do 1 cup, all you do is pour a 1/2 cup of the B side and a 1/2 cup of A side, and then you're good to go. And I have 2 cups actually, because I use 1 for just clear mixtures and then 1 for the atomized metal mixture, where I put atomized metals, shungite powder, Rochelle salts, sometimes sand, and honestly sometimes I do use ashes as well from different things being burned, which can enhance it with plant medicine. And you can also use your own herbs from your garden that you find, pressed flowers, anything that you can think of. So thank you very much for watching this video. Another really important thing I forgot actually is to have a toothpick to mess with your stuff when you're making your pieces, and a scraper so that you can clear off any resin that spills on anything. So yeah, that's everything you need to make Orgonite, and it'll probably be the very best Orgonite in the world. So thank you for watching, and please comment below if this video helped you, and be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great day.